Cathy, when she first came to me, just wanted to be younger, vivacious, and you'll see from her before picture, I think we did just that.
I think I look 10 years younger.
Hi, I am Josef of Radiant Restyle Collective. We have a little show on there. We do a martini show, and we also got a podcast coming out. Please like and subscribe. But today I'm going to do a haircut from one of our honorees. Her name is Cathy, and we just finished up doing her color. I did an outgrow look with 2 tones of lightener going, or different lighting processes through the end. But now we're going to start on a haircut, and it is featured. It's called the beveled edge, and it is a way to build up graduation, a bevel inside, either at the hairline. You can do it inside the interior, but I'm looking to build up a bevel kind of cut here. This is a great technique to learn, because even if you're doing a hairline bob, it's really one of those situations where people notice that it's a different style of bob, and it's very popular, and they will stop your clients and ask who's done your hair, and ultimately that's what we want. The first thing I did is I went into our zone 2 and 3, and I dropped out 2 frontal pieces that are going to be my long. I will go in there and start tailoring them to my desired look for the haircut. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on the beveled edge. Cathy's desire was to have something fresh and modern, and she just wants to feel amazing for her husband to see, and I'm going to try to take care of all those. So I'm going to separate my front from my back, get this out of my way, and I'm going to keep all of the hair in my hands here. I'm going to pump her up. So I'm going to tilt you over, Cathy. Always when doing this, you want to comb from the top and then make your last comb come from the underneath. And what you want to do is you want to put your hands in to where you know that you're going to want the weight line. So I'm going to want the weight line more setting on top. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to do a beveling technique where I'm just going to roll it over here, and I'm going to cut. I'm actually, if you see here, I'm cutting down at somewhat of an angle, because this drops into the long piece in the front. So when I comb that out, let me show you really closely what you got when you comb it out. So what you have is you have your hard line, and then you get this softness. I like to use the softness when I'm working back in the hairline to create some wispiness and all that. Today we will most likely take most of the softness out. I can only comb it so much because I don't want to grab into that. So I'm going to go ahead. I want to see where my line's setting up here, and I'm going to turn her to this side, and I'm going to do the same thing. Again, it's a very simple technique, and you can actually move through this cut really quickly. So put your hands in where you want the bevel to start. So here, and then I'm just going to rotate my fingers out. If you'll notice another thing here, I'm dropping my fingers down because I want it to fall into my long piece. What you'll also notice is the number of fingers that you use. So if I want to, like if I'm doing a men's version of this, I use 1 finger, and I just basically kind of turn over and cut a line and a weight line into my men's cut. And that just gives me a soft little weight line there. But when I'm trying to get a more dramatic stacking type bob situation, then I use all my fingers. Now my fingers are larger. You may need to do this when when you roll over, you may need to expand so you get a little bit more weight. I don't need to because I have larger fingers. So just keep that in mind. Now we're just going to split her down the middle. And I'm going to bring this back part into a little bit. I put the color and I've kept her underneath darker, and I want to accentuate that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut it into 3 sections. I'm changing my mind here. So I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to separate it down, right down the tendons that are on here. Bring this down, and again, I'm going to comb from underneath. I'm going to bring this to me, comb my last comb, put my fingers in where I want the weight line to go. I definitely want it to be below the occipital, and I'm just gonna softly, gently roll over till it's flat, and then, so you'll start to see, and if you look here from the side, you can really start to see what I mean. You start getting the bevel right there. That's what we're looking for, leaving you softness on the underneath. I'm gonna move it around, probably break this into 2 sections. I'm gonna tell you over this way, Cathy, thank you. And I'm gonna start heading back up a little bit so I can drop back down. So you're gonna see the angle of my fingers a little different. My fingers are in where I want the weight line to be. There's my guide. If you look back here, you can see that line. And then now with my shoulder raised, I'm just gonna go back up. And then I'm going to come around on over here, and I'm going to take some of my previous one here and some of my previous one on both sides. And I'm going to put my fingers in, rotate it over, and connect my 2 guides there. Now I have connection. Leaving me softness and a bevel here. So you really start to see that bevel edge coming up that's forming. Now we'll do this, break this into 2 sides. I'm gonna take that first section here, and I'm going to, again, put my fingers in where I want it to be, rotate it up and over, angling up towards that one that I've already cut, because I want this to kind of drop in. And I'm still yet to go in and texturize, which is a different way of texturizing on a beveled edge, but I just love how this is what I'm saying about leaving the softness dropping out. You have so many options. She has a great hairline, so in my mind, I wasn't thinking I would leave wispies, but I don't know, I might leave wispies, design wispies. You know, I like to create hairlines that are interesting too, like separate them and drop them in. But we'll make that decision as we proceed, keep proceeding. Now I'm just gonna, on this side, connect these 2, going kind of upwards. Actually, I'm just going through my 2 guides. They're as clear as day to see. All right. So you start to see, look at that softness of fall, starts falling right back out where the bevel was. You got all this to work with soft-wise. Now we're gonna grab a texturizer. I am going to actually use a traditional thinning shear. I like to use them and they really help with the beveled edge. I'm gonna start here in the middle. I'm gonna go in, I still wanna accentuate this with a little bit more roundness. So I'm gonna first take my section here. Now, watch clearly how I do this texturizing this part of the haircut. So I'm putting my hands right on the head. Look at all that, there's my line. I'm going to make my first cut. And always when texturizing, make sure you use your back blade so you don't over texturize. Now I'm gonna start rotating. I'm rotating, and then at the end, I'm gonna pick up my speed with my blades. So what you now should be experiencing, I'm getting rid of the hard line that is, you can see that hard line there, and you get more of a blended line. So we'll do that one more time. Well, we're gonna do it about 4 more times, but so I'm gonna put my fingers up against her head, and I'm gonna hit it right there. 1, 2, push it down. Now I'm gonna start rotating. Slowly, slowly, now pick it up, and then right here at the end, I really wanna get that broken up as I continue to rotate over. Haircutting does not have to be difficult. I watch stylists on videos all the time, and I think, wow, you really took a really long path to get to that outcome, but to each their own. I like to work smarter, not harder, and proficiently, so I can get more people on my book. Ultimately puts more money in our bank account. So, got it here, I'm rotating and picking up the speed as I rotate till I'm finished. You start, I love, like, this is how, let me show you here just from the side. You see that? Look right, that's why it's called a beveled edge. You start to get that soft bevel in there. And do the same thing on front I did on this side here. Hands against the scalp. Rotating as I move back and forth, and when I get here towards the end, I want to pick it up, and any stragglers you can just take off. Look at that. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Two sections for me on this one. So I'm going to take this, hit it, and start rotating back and forth with and picking up the speed. All right, so the first part of the beveled edge is officially done. What you got out of the beveled edge cut, now I'm going to be going in on the interior, doing some layering techniques. I then need to incorporate my short layers into my long drop out front. I'm going to start making my decisions. What am I going to do with Cathy's hairline? I don't know. I love it when I'm left with options like this. But you know, that's how haircutting goes. You work on the fly sometimes. So the first things first, for this part, it's not beveled edge, but we're gonna connect this straight up here. There's my line up here, and I'm just going to it. So it leaves me this long drop out piece in towards the front. And we're going to do the same thing on this side, but going downwards. So now you want to take a look over here where I did it. It's kind of right down the jawline. Just bring it right down here. There's my hard line here, and then the dropout piece that I'll connect to. All right. That's the beveled edge haircut on the bevel edge, but come back and you'll see the final reveal. Go to our channel, Radiant Restyle Collective. Like and subscribe so you catch all these amazing techniques. We got makeup, videos, podcasts. We got it all on that channel. And we're really just getting started. And we appreciate all of you to like and subscribe. Thank you so much.